Okay, let's begin. Good morning, everyone. My name is Rajiv Kumar Pargain. I'm Diploma Program Coordinator in Genesis Global School. With me, I have my Associate DPC, Ms. Kakali. We will take you through few pointers of IB education, especially with respect to Diploma program. And at the end, if possible, we will take some question and answer as well. I'm sure you will agree with me that whenever we do anything, we need to have our why very clear. The objective of that task should be very clear. Because if the objective is clear, if the why is clear, we work wholeheartedly for that. Similarly, I'm sure you must have done your own research regarding the IB and its education. Let me add few pointers to it so that it will be helpful for you to take an informed decision. The very first reason why IB education is important is that it is an international curriculum. It was established in 1968, and this diploma program, which caters to grade 11 and 12, was the first offering from IB. Look at the noble motives with which this IB program was established. The very first motive was to give balanced education to students. What I mean by balanced education is this is the education which provides the opportunities to students to come up with skills, knowledge, and mindset. These are the skills which are actually required to be successful in life, to handle the life challenges beyond the school setting. The second motive was geographical and cultural mobility. The IB, which was started in 1968, now spans across 163 countries across the world at the moment. And the beauty is, if you are moving from one IB school to another IB school, you will find the same curriculum structure, you will find the same assessment structure, and you will find the similarly trained teachers across both schools. So that is the beauty, and that was the motive that whenever the students are moving, because of any reason, their learning should not suffer. They don't find any disadvantage from one place to another. And of course, the third motive was very, very important, that promotion of international understanding. We know that the students today, they go from one part of the world to other part to get the good education. They are working in different companies across the world. So understanding of the international relations is very, very important from the beginning. So these are the three motives with which IB was established. In 1968, it was started with few IB schools and a handful of students. Now, I'm sharing 2019 data with you. There are around 5,000 IB schools in 163 countries at the moment. In total, roughly there are 195 countries in the world, and out of that, 163 they approve, they allow IB in their own country. And when I say that they accept IB, this means they allow IB, they accept IB as a qualifying education for the admissions into their institute of higher education. That's the beauty of it. And in India also, since 1983, IB is recognized by the Association of Indian Universities. Moving ahead, the second very important pointer is the IB education is acknowledged globally. What I mean by this is the IB graduates have much higher rate of acceptance among the universities. Why? Because it provides an excellent academic base, which is actually needed for self-reliance in life with the holistic development of the child. I will show you later that the academics in IB is very rigorous. It is comprising of higher level as well as the standard level. It is very comprehensive and practical because it follows the inquiry and interdisciplinary approach. And this approach actually prepares students for life. IB students ask challenging questions by thinking critically, and they do a lot of research. When I was talking about the excellent academic base, apart from the academic subjects, there is something in IB which is called core, which is separate. There are three components into it: TOK, extended essay, and CAS. I will be talking about more in detail little later. But just to begin with, TOK, which is theory of knowledge, it forces in a way, it motivates students to think critically. The other component, extended essay, where a student is doing an extensive research in one of his chosen subject. It helps in understanding the research and developing the research skills of the child. And what is the advantage of that? The child is better prepared to evaluate the issues in front of him, and then he can take a correct decision, a right decision based on that. And the third component, CAS, it allows the learner to get engaged with the community. The learners know that how to give back to the community rather than always taking it from the society or from the community. That is the second reason that IB is acknowledged globally. The next one is scholarship chances. So it is very clear that it is very comprehensive, very rigorous. It's a 2-year curriculum, and students study 6 subjects and the core components. That is the reason that across the world, universities really love this. The structure within this framework, the subject structure provides a lot of flexibility to the students where it caters to their interest and their ability. As I was mentioning that in each subject, we have the higher level and the standard level. Now, depending on the interest, the child can choose the subject, and then depending on his abilities, he can go for a higher level or a standard level. IB encourages sports and co-curricular activities. As I was mentioning about CAS, creativity, activity, and service. Activity is the part which takes care or motivates students to take part in different sports and other activities. And because of all these reasons, this DP diploma program is widely recognized by universities across the world. And of course, since these are the very valid reasons for universities to love this course, the students have better chances to get the good possible scholarships from university. The fourth and very important reason is exposure to global culture. Here, the students become culturally aware because they study a second language as well. Apart from the first primary language, they also study a secondary language. The entire approach is inquiry based, interdisciplinary, which allow them to grow with a global mindset and thinking process. Since this holistic development is there and lots of variety in their learnings are there, this is the reason that different universities often give special credits to individual DP courses. When I say individual DP courses, these are individual DP subjects which are preferred by different universities. And of course, not to forget the extended essay as well as the TO. And of course, because of this reason that it is so holistic, it is so deeply rooted in different ways and cultures and academically, it demands that you need to be extremely persistent and need to be very observant to learn from different things, different settings presented in front of you. Another very, very important reason is here we deal with the real world solutions. Most of the times, the situations, the case studies that are presented in front of you, they are real in nature. And since they have taken from the real life, students also understand that it is really important to learn them. So, this combined approach helps students to grow as a mature individual who knows that how everything around works. Very important reason is assessment also here doesn't test your memory alone. It actually challenges your concepts because the real life scenarios are presented to you, and based on your critical thinking research, you try to find the answers for them. And one of the most important feature of IB education is it is very, very dynamic in the sense that it adopts to the changes that are happening to the society. That's why in every subject, the contents are modified, reviewed after every 7 years of teaching cycle. So these are the 5 primary reasons which are very, very important for IB education. So looking as a whole, this is IB wheel. From here, you can see there are 6 groups. So students select one subject from each group. So 6 subjects that way you select. And then you have 4 elements, extended essay, theory of knowledge, and creativity, activity, service. We'll be talking about little more detail these 3 things. Extended essay is an independent, in-depth research in any one of the subjects. In theory of knowledge, it helps in developing the critical thinking, the child's analysis of different things, and he explores different ways of knowing. He explores what is knowledge. And third one is creativity activity service, which connects the child with the community and it takes him beyond the classroom setting. Let's take them one by one. Extended essay is an independent research. It's an independent investigation that the child does in one of his favorite subjects. It's a formal piece of research which normally takes 40 hours on the student side. The upper limit is 4,000 words. The preparation begins in year one and it culminates with his extended essay in year two. Of course, it's a compulsory requirement and it is externally assessed by IB. But why this extended essay is important? Because it helps in growing and developing the creativity, the critical thinking skills, time management, research, organization, collaboration, and communication. These are the real life 21st century skills which are really needed to succeed in life. The child can critically think on a given problem. Even he can look for a solution if an unknown problem is presented to him. Since the entire structure is rigorous and you need to handle so many assessment assignments together, the child learns time management. He does the authentic ways of doing the research. He has to organize his entire planning. He has to collaborate with the students as well as the teachers. And at the end, all the findings must be presented, communicated in the best possible manner. Just think about a student who has all the knowledge, but he cannot communicate it. What is the use of that knowledge? That's the beauty of this extended essay. When we talk about the theory of knowledge, it allows the students to think critically. Here, the child examines the world around us and often questions how we know what we know. They think what makes up as what we think as knowledge. So they are not doing any academic subject here, but they are learning, they are questioning, they are researching about the knowledge and its ways of collecting it. The TOK program spans for full 2 years. In grade 11, TOK is introduced with multiple classroom activities, workshops, seminars, and in 12, it completes with a TOK exhibition and a TOK essay. Of course, it develops critical thinking and inquiring skills. The exhibition is the assessment which is internally assessed by the school and shares, it goes to IB at the end. And similarly, the essay, which is externally assessed by IB, and it is 1600 words. So just imagine thinking critically on a given topic, doing a lots of research, and then everything culminating, putting together in just 1600 words. This is what the child learns in IB. And TOK, there are a lot of activities are done in 2 years with the help of TOK coordinator and the TOK team. It involves a lot of class discussions, debates, seminars, presentations, group activities. They study a lot of articles, novels, bibliographies. We call a lot of guest speakers. Students are involved in different reflective writings, written exercises, and they do a lot of essays as well, so that ultimately they are prepared to complete their final essay. CAS, it's an experiential learning which the child is not learning anything in the school setting in the classrooms, but actually he is learning it from his experiments, from his experience. That's why I say we don't study CAS, we do CAS. So students are involved in different types of activities, which are creativity, activity, service, anything which where a child is extending any particular idea or he is doing an original performance from his side, that comes under creativity. The child is involved in different kind of sports activities so that it helps in for a healthy lifestyle for the child. It comes under activity. And in some of the reciprocal engagements where the child is connected with the community and works for an authentic need, it comes under service. So creativity activity service, it begins in year one. Again, it is mandatory. It requires an 18 months of continuous engagement in meaningful exercises. And of course, it is done outside of the academic class time. You can see some of the simple CAS activities, and if you see them, most of them are similar to what we can expect a normal child to be engaged in: music, dance, photography, drama. If you are involved in this one, writing, drawing, all this comes under creativity. If you are playing different types of games, that's your activity. And when you are working with different NGOs, older adult care centers, animal shelters, all these comes under service, and you are connected with the society as well. So as a whole, apart from these 6 subjects and these three core components, let's summarize everything together. IB is a challenging 2-year curriculum which begins in year 1, which we call grade 11, finishes in year 2, which we'll call grade 12. Apart from core, which is TOK, extended essay, and CAS, you take 6 subjects where 3 are at higher level and 3 are at standard level. So when you take these subjects at higher level and standard level, it gives the breadth and depth of the academic learning here. At the same time, it caters to the interest and abilities of the child as well. The achievable grades are from 1 to 7. 7 is the highest possible. Since you select 6 subjects, total you get 42 points. Now, this core, which is TOK and extended essay, CAS is of course not marked, but it is mandatory to complete. But TOK and extended essay are marked, and it provides you 3 points. In the next slide, I will show you the grade matrix based on which we will understand how we get these 3 points. So total 42 points from 6 subjects and 3 points from core. Total is 45 points. To get the IB diploma, the basic requirement is the child must get 24 points out of 45. Of course, there are some other requirements also, but the most basic requirement is the minimum total must be 24. If a child is getting 45 out of 45 or 42 out of 42, it is called a perfect score for him. And very happy to share with you that in the last academic year, May 22, we got a perfect score, 42 out of 42. And just look at the stats also. Getting this 45 is not that easy because IB is a very, very rigorous program. In 2016, 201 candidates out of approximately 74,000 candidates, only 0.27%, only 201 were able to achieve the 45 points. Similarly, in May 20, 339 candidates out of almost 1,70,000, that is just 0.45%, were able to achieve 45 points. So it is very rigorous, but it caters to the holistic development of the child also simultaneously. So this is the TOK EE grade I was talking about. If a child is getting A in TOK and similarly A in extended essay, he gets 3 full points. If a child gets a B in TOK and similarly a B in extended essay also, he gets 2 points. So these 45 points plus 2 or 3 coming from core together is 42 plus 2, 3 coming from core together is the 45 total score possible. Some of the required skills or the skills which are developed in IB. Thinking skills, self-management skills, you need to meet so many deadlines, you have to do self-study as well, the research skills, communication skills. So these are 4 very, very important skills which will be developed at the end of DP year 2. And we as teachers are very well aware that not all the students who walk into the building, they have all these skills characteristics with them. But we make sure that when they are walking out of the building, we are preparing them with all these skills so that they are ready what lies ahead in their life. Why universities love IB education? Just a quick snapshot once again. IB encourages students to become active, compassionate, and lifelong learners. This is the IB mission. So from the top, the motivation comes from here. It has a combination of depth and breadth, as I was talking about the HL and SL, the higher level and standard level in each subject. And also, since apart from science, for example, humanities is compulsory, language is compulsory, arts is there. So it provides you a breadth of the curriculum as well. The skills, research skills, which is primarily comes in extended essay, not only it is from extended essay, because in different subjects also we have lot many assessments, internal assessments are there where the child has to involve in research skills, but extended essay is something which where you will find the majority of this skill being used. Similarly, critical thinking skills from TOK, language skills because the child is learning 2 different languages, analytical skills from science, mathematical skills, logic from maths, creativity skills, arts and CAS, and personal skills, of course, CAS. So these are the different skills and different opportunities for the child to develop and come out successfully with these skills. DP students are, of course, not afraid of to go their academic comfort zone. So they are called risk takers also, and they are well organized, well motivated. This is what the universities know at the end of 2 years, and that's why they love the IB education. Since 1983, IB is recognized in India also by the Association of Indian Universities. And one of the very, very important reason for universities to love this because they know that it is a very, very dynamic course. It is a 7 years teaching cycles. After every 7 years, the contents are reviewed and modified accordingly so that they take care of the recent changes that are happening in the industry and the society as well. Some of the benefits, we know that it has a very rigorous assessment. It is quite broad. It's balanced. It follows the inquiry approach. We have to do a lot of reflections here. They are involved in community surveys, but still it is very flexible in terms of the choice of the subject. Every subject, including TOK, you are involved with creative thinking, doing a lot of research, and within the structure also we had lot many choices available. That's why this entire IB curriculum is also called free university course. Some of the benefits of IB in Genesis. We also provide wide set of objects to the students to choose from. And since there are so many options available, every time in an individual subject, the teacher-student ratio is very small, which means complete individual attention is provided to the child. We also offer 3 scholarships for our academically bright students. Especially, this is available for all the students who are going from MYP to DP in our school. That's why we always say it makes sense to be a part of the IB continuum from PYP to MYP to DP. Again, a scholarship where the focus is on the sports and the service. The students, again, it is reserved for the students who are going to DP from our own school. So it makes sense to join DP either from MYP or from CBSE. We also nominate one of our DP students for the scholarship in University of Toronto. We provide 2 years continuous guidance about the good colleges, application process. We give a lot of recommendations through our University Cell Center. We have our own in-house counselor and fully function University Cell Center, which takes care of all these things. We give the PCs because there are many universities who give the admission based on the predicted grades. We also nominate our students to take part in IB conferences. If there are projects that they are doing a part of CAS or otherwise, if they are very good, we nominate them. And once you are nominated, universities give conditional or unconditional scholarship-based admissions on the spot. Similarly, we also nominate our students for the best IB students. And if you are selected for that one, again, the scholarship and unconditional admission offers are always there from different universities. Now, from the parents' perspective, why IB at Genesis is important. We provide enough classroom and otherwise support to complete all the 3 core components. So we have understood by now that there are 3 6 subjects with HLSL and there are 3 core components. But COK, Extended Essay and CAS, all these 3 are part of our normal weekly schedule where proper guidance and help is provided to the students throughout these 2 years. Similarly, if you talk about the class structure, it's approximately 45 minutes, where 30 minutes for the pure teaching and 10 to 15 minutes are given for different discussions, doubts, conceptual gaps, each day in each class. We also provide support lessons from 6:30 to 7:30 in the evening, Monday to Friday, for all the academic subjects as well as TOK. Our academics and core portfolios and attendance all are managed online using the online platform. So it is very easy for the parents. They can access it from anywhere, anytime. Apart from academics, we also take care for their well-being. So different sessions are there per week for the emotional intelligence, where we talk about their mental health, stress management, work management, and these talks are often by renowned psychologists or other experts. We have individual counseling sessions available. And for university admissions also, as I was mentioning, we have fully functional university cell, and they take 2 assemblies in a month and 2 separate career talks where they are talking to the children, and there are experts coming in and discussing with the students different choices available across the globe. And also University Health Center helps the student in applying from starting documentation till the final admission. Academic integrity, very, very important part of any authentic research. From the beginning, we take care of this so that tomorrow when they are doing research in an university settings or in their career, they always follow the right practices which are there. We inform them, we teach them about plagiarism, collusion, stealing, disrupting behavior, all the exams, and all these comes under academic misconduct. And you will notice that if you see the schedule, there are sessions across these 2 years where the children are guided and informed about all these things. This is the sort of deadline calendar that we share with the students, because in each subject there are so many assessments, internal as well as external, and it is not very easy to complete all of them. So we give the students a plan based on which different deadlines are set, and teachers throughout these 2 years continue guiding them. And then based on these deadlines, we collect the work from the students and share with IB finally. This is the structure that we follow. Depending on the request from the students, we often make changes into it. This makes sense when a student is taking admission in DP. We sit together and we finalize what all subjects are best for him, depending on his career choices or interest or any other. Thank you very much. This is all about IB education and how it is we are handling it in